refer to this as click and whirl, right? Like something happens and then something happens. Click, whirl. You guys ever, sometimes you turn on your car, it goes click, start. You guys know what I'm saying? A principle of human behavior says that when we ask someone to do us a favor, we will be more successful if we provide a reason, right? But if you actually dig into this idea, you discover that it's not the reason at all. It's the way you word the request. Okay? So let me say this again. It's not the reason at all. It is the way you word the request. Mm-hmm. Using the word because is more important than any reason given. So because is a very powerful word. It gets people to click, whirl, right? So there was an example. It's like most of these psychological books, right? These psychology books, when they go, they said, hey, we went and asked 10,000 people, right? The people they asked were freshmen in college, right? You guys remember being a freshman in college? And you're required to do 8 hours of psychological testing, right? And you had to go down and sign up for all these things. This is where a lot of this information comes, right? But they had this young lady, right? And they had this copy machine, they were watching in the library. And every time someone walked up to the copy machine, started making copies, they were sending the young lady up to the copy machine to say, excuse me, right? Can I use the copy machine, right? And they were measuring like her results. But when she walked up and said, excuse me, can I use the copy machine because I need to make copies? Which is like, duh, right? Her results went up. If she went up and said, excuse me, can I use the copy machine? I need to make copies. Her results went down. And they discovered the word because was the trigger, not just because of the reasoning. But the simple thing is more people would do a favor for you if you give them a reason. If you give them a because and the reason, your results go up a lot more. Using the word because is more important than any reason given. Without the use of the word because, the favor will be turned down more often regardless of the reason. Learning to use the correct words and understand how people come to their own conclusions can lead you to a talent that some people are born with, some learn, but most never master, and that is the idea of influence. So over the next 4 or 5 talks, I'm going to talk about these tricks of influence. I'm going to give you guys the actual psychological terms to it, the medical terms and things like that, right? But then once you guys understand that, you guys can start using it in your own life. Now,